graduated from Dominican International School, and I'll be going to Yale and US College for university. I think it was this non-profit organization called She's the First that we established a chapter of in the school. And basically what we did was, since it was a student-run organization, we held charity events and fundraisers where we hosted our own concerts and art fairs. And I think these experiences were valuable because we got to do a lot of things that we wouldn't otherwise, like contacting companies or reaching out to other schools, etc. I think it was a bit of both, because when I heard about the organization, I was very interested in it because I have always been involved in been interested in women's rights sort of activism, and that's why I wanted to join. At the same time though, I definitely knew that it was gonna help me in the university process, so it wasn't as big of a factor, but I kept that in mind as well. I think I would probably have started looking into schools or actually tried to explore an interest in terms of what I would like to major in, because I did a lot of that work in junior year, and I think with the workload we have in school, it's a bit difficult to really do that properly. So I would say that I'd start researching schools or looking into the process at the time. I think so. At the beginning of high school, I was pretty involved in Model UN. I wouldn't say that I wouldn't have joined a club or anything, but at the beginning we were told to go to a lot of conferences and dedicate a lot of time to it. I don't think that was necessarily all that helpful. So yeah, I mean for me, I think in the club itself, the biggest thing I got out of it was a leadership position and getting to help the new students and stuff like that. But at the beginning, we were told to go to as many conferences as we could, and that I don't feel So I think the biggest benefit you get out of it is really you get to meet new people and international students, etc. Get to network around the country. But in terms of the actual research or the actual things you learn from it, I don't feel are all that significant, because the way you do discussions and stuff like that aren't as substantial. In the beginning, you hear a lot about how you're supposed to send transcripts and about how there's essays and stuff like that, but I was lost in the sense that I didn't know where these things were done, or if there was anything technical that I had to do on my own. So in that sense, it was a bit confusing. And later on, I feel the hard part was in terms of essays and the questions that the schools ask you. Sometimes they're things you wouldn't really think about as much, right? So about what you want to do, why you're interested in something, or why you're interested in a particular university. I feel these questions aren't ones that you necessarily consciously think about until you actually get there. So that was a bit difficult.
Okay.
I think it really depended on the question. So if they were things that I felt I knew right away what to write about, it just came a lot easily. But there are questions that definitely needed a lot more time. So I feel for me, one of the biggest ones that I spent a lot of time on was the Common App essay, because that's supposedly the one that represents you kind of, and I didn't know how I wanted to present myself and what I felt was a compelling story that I could tell. So I went through a lot of drafts. Yeah, and looking at each of them, I just didn't feel really satisfied with them, so I kept trying and thinking of new ideas or subject matters to write about. And I feel when you find the subject to write about, it becomes a lot easier. Yeah, I think definitely getting a second opinion is very important, because like during the writing process, it's very easy to get like stuck on something and like not really consider how other people might take your writing or the things you're talking about. So for me, the biggest thing was being able to have someone to like go through the material with and like being able to hear what they might think. Yeah. I don't think there was like a clear like criteria of how I chose the schools, but I definitely considered like the subjects or the majors I was going to, like the location, and also just overall. And like I also asked around, like from people who actually went there or my friends who go there, and from that I kind of made. They said I felt like they're both really great schools, so I don't think I'd be missing out terribly from choosing one or the other. And since I got a scholarship for Yale anyways, that was definitely compelling. And at the same time, I knew that in the future I was probably going to study in the States. So I thought it would be a good opportunity to be able to like establish this sort of network in Singapore first. And also, they offer like a pretty substantial study abroad program. So for me, that made sense because even if I felt like Singapore was a bit too like limiting, maybe I still had the opportunity to travel abroad and study in those campuses. Yeah, I don't necessarily see college like that because, like for me, I feel like I'll continue studying. So if I were going to like a master's program, I feel like I still have a lot of other opportunities to go to like other colleges or like other schools.